Okay, so basically my wife bought one of these blue electronic cigarette things, and as you can see right here, to help her quit smoking. Got it home, put it on charge, and within 15 minutes the pack got hot and quit working. Won't charge her little batteries here that run the cigarette. So I've decided to open it up and look at it. When I opened it up, I realized that the circuit board had burnt out somehow. Don't ask me how. We used everything that came with the pack. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and actually disassemble it. And after I get it disassembled, I'll go ahead and we'll pick up from there. Okay, now that it's disassembled, there's basically really simple. You have a battery that holds a charge, so this pack will charge even when it's not plugged in. You have the power board itself, which seems to be burnt out, and we have the connectors that the actual battery plugs into. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and since this is bad and no good no more, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to direct wire the USB cable to this. She's going to be using a portable charger that puts out 3.5 volts, which is exactly what the charger that came with this puts out. By the way, guys, when you open this case up, it is glued all the way around, so be very careful that you don't actually break the case. I got lucky and was able to pry it apart pretty simple by just grabbing and putting my fingers, one second, on this here and prying it from the bottom and popping it up. I have seen people before that have tried to put something in there and pry it up and end up breaking the case or deforming the case. My goal is actually to keep the case as factory looking as I can. Alright, so now we're going to just go with the basics. We've got the power prong that the battery plugs into. We've got a USB cable right here that I've already stripped down. Now guys, listen, the green and white one, just so everybody knows, is for data transfer. Black and red is for power. And of course you got this little silver fringe here. It's a kind of a ground unit. It's a I guess it's a shield, basically. It's supposed to shield it. Alright, so this is what you're going to need. You're going to need the black and red. We also have an LED strip here, because we're getting rid of that circuit board that had the blue lights to indicate when it was charging. So we're going to put this in instead. That way it still puts out the blue LED light, lets us know that it's charging. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do an assembly of this, and then I'll give you guys a look at it afterwards. Okay, so this is what we have now. As you can see, I put some heat shrink around the exposed area of the wires at the base of the cord here. I've added the diode, the LED, I'm sorry. And we have the leads to the charger. So next part is we're going to go ahead and install this inside of this case here. As you can see, I've also had to clean this area here. That way it will sit nice and plumb. Alright, now that that's put together, this should have something that looks very similar to this. And just to show you how bright that LED is, it is extremely bright. So do not look down into it if you're using the same type. Alright, it's also worth pointing out that, one second, let me focus in on here, that I will be adding some hot glue to this area here and this area right here. The only reason I'm doing that is to make sure that the wires are nice and secure in there and they're not moving around. This is what it looks like with the hot glue applied to it. There's just some hot glue right there.
We need glue sticks.